It's the economy, man. How companies courting America's most reliable consumers, women and the LGBTQ plus community, has conservative men feeling like masculinity is under attack. For decades, advertisers knew their bread and butter, suburban families, sports-loving men, and middle-class households with a picket fence dream. But in 2025, the financial calculus has shifted. The most reliable consumers in America are women and the LGBTQ plus community, two groups who not only spend consistently, but also drive cultural trends. And that shift in corporate allegiance has some conservative men fuming, convinced that capitalism itself is conspiring against their masculinity. Companies from beer brands to fashion giants to Fortune 500 tech firms are doubling down on inclusive campaigns, women-centered marketing, and Pride Month partnerships. It's not just about signaling virtue, it's about following the money. Women make up more than 70% of household purchasing decisions. LGBTQ plus consumers wield over $1 trillion in buying power. When inflation bites and margins tighten, corporations lean toward the demographics that guarantee spending. Yet, for many on the political right, this shift feels like betrayal. Online forums buzz with anger about rainbow capitalism. Conservative pundits rail against what they call the feminization of the economy, and boycotts are launched against brands daring to run ads featuring same-sex couples or female empowerment themes. The outrage rarely dents corporate profits; if anything, it cements loyalty from their most dependable markets. What's really at stake isn't whether a beer can has a rainbow on it, but who gets to be centered in America's consumer economy. The old myth that men, particularly straight men, are the nation's primary breadwinners is colliding with data that tells a different story. Today, single women, working mothers, queer households, and young progressives hold disproportionate sway over the direction of American commerce. This leaves conservative men grasping for relevance in a marketplace that no longer courts them first. Their discomfort often gets reframed as a culture war, woke ads, emasculating products, or the belief that men are being erased from marketing altogether. But beneath the surface, the tension is simple economics. Companies aren't abandoning men, they're just chasing the demographics that keep the lights on. In other words, masculinity isn't under attack. It's just no longer the best-selling product.